there we go. That should work now. Goodness, that's kind of annoying. Okay, sorry about that. No sound. It's Office Hours. Woo! You can join Office Hours here and learn more about Office Hours right there. Sorry about that trouble. And yeah, I'm about to practice a talk, so that's why that is there. Okay, so answering this question first. This is in the Discord. I tried to install the MCP server, ran into problems. Yeah, I think... yeah, so that is all fine. Problem resolved, node installation is flawed, uninstall. Okay, good. Glad you got it working. Have you tried the quizzing capability yet? And let's do that. Good luck. Enjoy that. That's so cool. Okay, going back here, and actually let's add a check mark. Yoink, that's done. Okay, and next. Oh yeah, we have an issue on this. I have done as much as I reasonably can here. If anybody running Windows can debug this further, here I should say. I have found a few other people who have similar issues to this. I'm not sure what this could possibly be. It did seem to pop up out of nowhere recently. Unfortunately, I don't have a Windows device to test this on, so I am kind of stuck here. Definitely open to help from anybody on figuring out why these processes are being severed from their parent. Okay, we're going to just do that. I really don't have anything I can do, but I'll leave it open in case anybody's there. Okay, we're going to check this one off as being acknowledged. Yep, we did that. Next, right here from D. Bateau again. So in optimize update state, this is Epic React v2. So in the advanced React APIs, I always like to pull these up just so that we're all looking at the same thing. So this is the 0201 solution. Black screen on Twitch. Oh, yikes. I don't know what that could be. Twitch. Here it says offline. That's weird. It says 4 minutes ago. I don't know. That looks like it's working to me. So, sorry. Jump on to another platform, I guess. We were doing something like, if you pass the function set search param state, you can have access to the previous state. Then you compare the new query params to the old ones. If they are the same, return the previous to avoid unnecessary renders. Yeah. In fact, I think, yeah, that was the entire purpose of the exercise was that, yeah. So yeah, and here we take the previous, this is a built-in React feature for state. So the search param state is a useState updater function. So we have our previous params. If they are the same, then return the previous params and we don't re-render. All this makes sense, but I noticed something a bit strange. There is still one useless re-render when you select a category, let's say dog, and click submit button right after. By doing so, we have two re-renders, one for selecting the dog category, one for clicking submit. Clicking the submit button and induce a re-render despite the fact that params doesn't change. We're rightly passing the previous state. We're still having a re-render. Can't figure out. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure right off the top of my head why that would happen either. I'd have to look at the code, so we'll probably look at that. NB, I don't know what that means. We can see this behavior in the solution video. At 307, you select cat. We see log re-rendering component for new query. And then 308, yes, happened really fast. You press the submit button, and again, we see re-rendering. Okay, yeah, let's take a look. Reproduced it in the code sandbox. I'll probably just try it in my own thing. Load the app, clear the logs, ready button. Okay, problem when we click the submit button. Yeah, okay. So let's just first validate that this is happening for us. And in fact, we'll set the playground to the solution so I don't have to solve it. Pop open that file. And let's also pop this open and bring these side by side. Make it, this is the way I like to work through these. Okay, and then we'll pop open the dev tools. In fact, let's do this, re-rendering new component query. And so if I hit dog and then submit, yeah, okay. So let's see what happens when we hit submit. On, click, or actually, no, that would be on, submit. Honestly, you probably should have used a form action, but yeah, this is fine. Set search params query. Yeah, and that's what we're doing right here. Yeah, okay. So we're passing this here. Let's expand this a little bit. Log everything. All right. Why is that gray? Okay, cool. Save this. Refresh. When I hit submit, we're setting the search params. Previous params, query is dog. Search, are they equal? Yes. Returning query dog. And here, let's add, oh no, rendering component for new query. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. So let's try this again, starting from the very beginning. Okay, rendering, yep, that makes sense. Click on dog, that makes sense. Setting, they are not equal, so we're gonna re-render. And then I hit submit. They are equal, and we're still re-rendering. There must be something else that's triggering that re-render, and I'm not sure what it is. Let's take a look at, actually, I forgot to mention this to this person. I'm looking at this right now during the Office Hours live stream. And let's grab that link. And actually, I forgot to put that in the Office Hours as well. Live now. Okay. So, yeah, so let's take a look at our component profiler. Yeah. And let's say record why they rendered. And start over. Okay, then we're going to start this. We're going to click that. We're going to hit submit. And then we're going to hit stop. I only see one render, so that's interesting. If I look at the console, I see two. That is a surprise. Why are we getting the logs if we're only getting one render? So this is behaving as I would expect. We're getting one render, or one commit, rather. You can get a render without a commit. Maybe that's what's happening, but I wouldn't expect this at all. Well, I mean, let's take a look at the before. Or actually, here we can just validate. Yeah, return search params. Validate my thinking. So starting this over, without our optimization of returning previous params, what happens? We click this, we click dog, we click submit, we come in here and turn that off, and yes, we get two re-renders, or two renders. The app caused this re-render. Why did it re-render? Because one hook changed. Which is expected for both of these. The hook is our search param state. That use state hook changed. So re-rendered. Totally expected. Now, adding the optimization here, start this over, do this again, then what should happen is we should only get one re-render because we didn't change anything, and that is the case. So the optimization works according to the profiler, which I trust. The question is, why are we getting this re-rendering component for new query dog? Why is that happening if we aren't re-rendering? And that I don't know that I could answer. I'm not sure why. Here, let's clear this, hit submit again. Huh. And now it's not logging out the re-rendering component for new query thing. I am very confused by this. What if I, let's clear this, change to cat. So we're properly getting re-rendering, and then submit. We're getting re-rendering again. And then we do it again over and over, and it's not. Yeah, I'm at a total loss. I have no idea why we would be getting to this line on that first time we hit submit. So my answer is, I don't know. That's behaving weird, but I can at least tell you that the optimization did work. Here's a quick summary of my answer. I actually don't know why we're getting that console log, but if you watch the video, you'll see that we are not getting a re-render according to the React developer tools, and so the optimization does work. I just don't know why we're not getting, or why we are getting the console log in addition. It's kind of weird. Take a look at the live stream for more details. I'm writing this at about 13 minutes into the live stream. Hopefully that helps you find it. There was a stumble. Yeah, why we are getting the console error log in addition. Okay, hopefully that is sort of helpful. I don't totally love that, but it is what it is. Some weird internal React thing, I suppose. Okay, and actually here, let's check that off as having been acknowledged and answered to the best of my abilities. Aleph, let's say, answering this now. Infinite scroll on the Epic stack. I thought that we had an example, but I guess I'm guessing you checked. Infinite, no, okay. There should be remix infinite scroll. Here's a Medium article. Here's a Dev2 article. Here's a remix fast blog post. And here's an example from the remix things. So, holy smokes, this is just silly. I'll just review these for you and tell you what is good and what is not. I think I may have actually well, this used to be a thing. I think I may have made that example. Yeah, they were removed. Infinite scrolling. Here we go. So this is probably the one that you want to look at. Routes. Yeah. I am pretty sure I made this example. So take a look at this example, Aleph. That's what you want. There's a couple different options depending on what you're looking for. So hopefully that helps. Okay, good. Amin or Amin. There we go. Purchased a React course a long time ago. Sweet. So you probably have Epic React V1, and it was a great course, but now it's not enough. Yeah, because React 19 came out. There's a lot going on, and especially server-side rendering stuff. Yeah, static routes for a blog post. I'm using Firebase hosting, React Router v6. I feel like the best way is to use React Router 7. Yes, that's the answer. But I can't wrap my mind about how to best implement it with Firebase as I'm lacking knowledge about SSR with React Router. I can use React Router framework with static routes, but how I can update server cache, and where should I save the blog data? Firestore, cloud storage? That's going to depend on a lot of things. Here, actually, I should probably say answering this now. Yeah, and I should mention also it's not enough because Epic React focuses 100% just on the React piece. It doesn't teach you how to build like a full application. That's what Epic Web is for. Yeah, okay, and then functions in Firebase not efficient as they need cold start. Yeah, that is not great. Does Epic Web answer these questions? So, not specifically about Firebase. And cold start is going to be a problem on any serverless host. So yeah, like the thing is, if you have cold start problems, then you don't have a technical problem, you have a marketing one, right? Because it means that people aren't coming to your site to keep your app warm. And so like, and that's for a blog, that is understandable. Like, not everybody has a blog that people are constantly visiting all the time. I'm actually curious. It's been a long time since I checked my Fathom Analytics. Yeah, I've got 13 people on right now. So I don't know that that number ever goes to 0 for me. So even if I were on serverless, and mine would stay warm all the time. But not everybody's blog is going to have like traffic all the time. So a cold start for a blog is actually a problem. So yeah, like I personally host all my stuff on fly.io and it's fabulous. You could also look at hosting your stuff on Cloudflare. Also a really, really cool technology there. Yeah, but it sounds like you really like Firebase and want to stay there, and that's fine. So you want to use especially for a blog, you'd want to use the static output so that it can be cached on a CDN. And that is fine too. So I don't teach you that on Epic Web because I teach you building applications, and I don't actually teach hosting as part of the workshops, but there is a tutorial that walks you through deploying your applications. So I guess I'll link you to that. But yeah, if you really want to learn about full stack web development, then this is how you would do that. So yeah, as far as, I'm pretty sure like what you would look for is React Router. Here, let's do React Router docs, and let's do configuration, configuring routes, React Router config. And you're looking for, where's the config? Hold on. Here it is. Yep. Oh, brother. Yeah, they still need to fix this. So you're looking for, pre-render and get static paths, this stuff. So give that a look. Where did my thing go? There we are. As well as Firebase React Router v7. And how to use React Router with Firebase, maybe. Really, it's basically like deploying any Vite app on Firebase. So if you find a Vite deployment tutorial or something like that, that's what you're looking for. I hope that helps. Sorry, Firebase I haven't used in a very, very long time. Okay, before I get to, 3 main requirements. Sorry, let me just finish this. Being able to change content with history and user management. If like one thing I use is just GitHub, and that has history and user management. But then you have to kind of build your own CMS on top of GitHub, which is non-trivial, but like it's not terribly difficult. And that's what I do. Blog pages should load with static metadata. I'm not sure why you have that requirement. I guess like static metadata being like the OG image and title and stuff for SEO purposes. Yeah, like server rendering, you're going to need that. Blog page should load under 100 milliseconds, preferably under 50 milliseconds. And that, my friends, is what I have on my site. Did you see how that definitely loaded under 50 milliseconds? Yeah. If you build it the way that I build my site, then yeah, you're going to have like, man, I love how fast this thing is. It is so fast. Yeah, it's fabulous. And here's the real cool thing. Every one of those pages, not cached. It's not an HTTP cache. Because every time the HTML is different, I can't cache it because I have these recommendations. So my server is generating the HTML and serving it to you all over the world. I've got 8 regions or something like that, all over the world, way fast. So build it the way I do. That's what I teach you on Epic Web. The end. Okay, so Shakir has joined us, and so let's see what Shakir has to say. Hello.
Hello, hello, sir. Hi.
Oh, I just realized I'm not sharing my screen in here. Hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
There
You
we
are
go.
not sharing that.
Did you have a question, Shakir?
Yes, sir. I have a little question. I am currently in the college, and I have first semester there, and I
Um,
already have learned
there we go.
JavaScript,
I'm
HTML,
not
CSS,
seeing
and React.
any. I guess there's chat here. Sorry.
Hello, sir.
Oh, learn
I'm
DSA or not? Yeah. So DSA, that's data structures and algorithms. I so what I recommend is you look for jobs around the area or like different companies that you want to work at. Look at their job description, and if they mention DSA, then go learn DSA. If they don't, that doesn't mean that they aren't going to like interview you with DSA questions, because lots of companies still do that, and I think it's silly, but they do. And so you can reach out to them and say, hey, what are your interviews like? What kind of, I'm learning. I want to make sure that I'm prepared for stuff, and ask them if they ask DSA questions. And if they do, then go learn DSAs. I don't find myself reaching for data structures and algorithms in any formal capacity as I'm doing stuff as a regular developer. And so I think it's like, at least for jobs that I would get hired for, I think it would be silly to ask questions like that, because I just don't really use them. But if you're looking for a job, you don't really get a pick. So that's what I would recommend, is just reach out to the company and just see what their interviews are like, and whether DSA is necessary or useful for what you want to do. So good luck. Okay, so yeah, you're welcome. Bruce is asking, history means you should use the command design pattern. You'd not mention mobile, consider island architecture. I think Bruce is talking to Amin, but I don't know for sure. I'm not sure where the command design pattern would be here, relevant here, but anyway, sorry. Okay, Japheth. Oh, you were not there. That's like, you don't have to be there. You can watch the recording. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, Japheth, what's up? I really appreciate your advice. Currently looking for full-time as an automation engineer while also studying in college. And I'm saving up for my upcoming marriage. Oh, congratulations. How exciting. I'm super interested in your Epic Web Dev course and really want to dive in, but I keep falling into a cycle. I get motivated to start, then end up procrastinating. I try to manage my time, but balancing everything gets overwhelming. Do you have any tips on how to stay consistent with learning, juggling work life? Okay, so I don't take courses. I'm not, and the reason I don't take courses isn't because I don't think they work, but because anything that I do, I'm doing it with the intent of teaching it to people, rather than the intent of like shipping something quickly so I can, move on with the thing that I'm trying to ship. And so if I were to spend Well, it's not a matter of like spending a bunch of time doing courses. Like courses actually accelerate your capability, but I need to have a really deep understanding of things so that I can make decisions on, is this the best way to do this? And should I be recommending it this way or the other way? And so I'm not like the best person to come for advice on how to stay consistent with learning, because like literally my whole job is just learning. I don't have other things I need to juggle, aside from, of course, like life. And when I was in college, I also had to deal with that. And when I was working a full-time job, I had to juggle that too. So like I do have a little bit of experience with that. But anyway, I do have this, which I wrote when I was working at PayPal. And so maybe relevant to some relevant tips for you. Yeah, get motivated, start, and then end up procrastinating. You just got to like force yourself to do it. Here's how I force myself to do stuff. I sign up to speak or present at some event or something, or I even make one up. And now, oh shoot, I've committed to learn this thing. And so find a local meetup, say that you're going to teach, if you really want to learn Epic Web, look at Epic Web, find a subject that you think is really interesting, and then commit to teach that subject at a meetup or something. And now you have to learn it. You can, I don't mind if you use my examples and everything, provided that you give me credit. Or if you don't want to use my examples, you can make up your own based off of what you learned. That's also fine. But yeah, that's what I would recommend. Does this thing keep flashing? This is really annoying. Yeah, why does it keep on saying update is ready? Like, stop moving. That's really annoying. Yeah, cool. So that's what I would recommend is make yourself or commit to things so that you have to learn. That's what I do. Cool. Okay, I think that is everything. So thanks everybody for joining. I'm going to wrap this up. I have a video that I'm going to be publishing here in just a bit. This feed has been kind of busy recently. I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been doing a lot of stuff and it's very exciting. So yeah, anyway, looking forward to publishing this video. It's about the way that I do authentication and authorization in on my own MCP server for Epic Me. So that is pretty fun. And if you do have any other questions or things, then you can come to the Call Kent podcast and ask your own question here, and I will answer it, and our conversation turns into a podcast, and it's kind of fun. Otherwise, I'll see you during the next office hours, which, if we take a look at the schedule, should be next week, unless I forgot to cancel it. I don't think I did. Actually, no. It's up in the air whether I'll be able to do it next week right now, kind of figuring out something. But yeah, if it's not next week, it'll be the week after. With that, I think we're all done here. So thanks, everybody. Stay tuned for more exciting things going on. Oh, I was going to also say on Epic AI, we have a workshop coming up in June, but it's sold out in a day and a half. Wild. People are really into MCP, and I'm very excited about it myself, so I don't blame them, but I will probably list another one eventually. Okay, with that, I think we're done. Thanks, everybody. We will see you all in the future. Bye.